Welcome the timeless, forgotten mystery. Some people see the world simply as it is, but there are others who dare to ask, why, how, and what if? One such man once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, but imagination embraces the entire universe." It was this imagination that led him to discover that time and space are woven together. This became the theory of relativity, which forever changed the way we define science. For proving the photoelectric effect, he was honored with the Nobel Prize. He believed that stopping questions was the same as stopping thought itself, and that is why he explored mysteries from Brownian motion to Bose-Einstein statistics, phenomena invisible to the eye, yet undeniably real. Many other scientists went on to win Nobel Prizes by proving his theories. Today, we will look into the life of this great scientist, thinker, and humanist, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, in the Kingdom of Württemberg, Germany. His family belonged to the Ashkenazi Jewish community, but his parents were secular in thought, not placing heavy importance on religion in daily life. His father, Hermann Einstein, was an electrical engineer and entrepreneur who ran a company that produced electrical equipment. His mother, Pauline Koch, was an educated woman with a deep love for music, and she encouraged young Albert to learn the violin. He also had a younger sister, Maria, called Maya, who was born 2 years after him. Einstein was slow to speak as a child, which made him curious and deeply observant. 2 incidents in his youth shaped his way of thinking. The first happened when he was 5 years old. His father showed him a compass. The way the needle moved without any visible connection shocked him. What was this invisible force pulling it? This experience sparked a lifelong fascination with nature's hidden powers. The second came when he was 12 and discovered a book on geometry. He was so moved by it that he called it his sacred little geometry book. It inspired not only his love for mathematics but also gave direction to his scientific thought. During this time, Einstein briefly connected with religious faith, following Jewish traditions and even singing hymns on his way to school. But as he read more scientific books, he found a new, logical way to understand the universe. Scientific facts challenged his earlier beliefs, and gradually he replaced tradition with reason, observation, and evidence. Another great influence in his youth was Max Talmud, a medical student who often dined with the Einstein family. He became a mentor to Albert, introducing him to advanced mathematics and philosophy. At 16, Albert encountered an idea in a science book series given by Talmud. Imagine traveling with electricity along a telegraph wire. This made him wonder, if I could race alongside a beam of light, what would it look like? If light was a wave, wouldn't it appear frozen to someone moving with it? But no one had ever seen frozen light. This paradox stayed with him for a decade and became the seed of his special theory of relativity. Even before that, he wrote his first scientific paper, The Investigation of the State of Ether in Magnetic Fields. Though unpublished, it showed his early commitment to scientific inquiry. His education, however, was anything but smooth. His father's business often failed, forcing the family to move multiple times. In 1894, when his father's company lost an important contract, the family moved to Milan, leaving Albert behind in Munich. Alone and pressured by Germany's compulsory military service, he abandoned school and joined his family in Italy. His future seemed uncertain, with no diploma and no clear career path. Fortunately, Switzerland's ETH Polytechnic in Zurich allowed entry to students who passed the entrance exam without a high school diploma. Einstein excelled in math and physics but failed in other subjects like French and biology. He was told to first complete his formal schooling, which he did in Aarau, Switzerland, where he also gained Swiss citizenship. Eventually, he entered the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. Einstein later described his years there as the happiest of his life. He formed lifelong friendships, including mathematician Marcel Grossman, physicist Michel Besso, and his future wife, Mileva Maric, a talented Serbian physics student. They would often debate the mysteries of space, time, and the cosmos. Einstein graduated in 1900, but his independent nature caused trouble. He rarely attended lectures, preferring to study advanced topics on his own. This angered professors, particularly Heinrich Weber, who refused to recommend him for jobs. Rejected again and again, Einstein struggled for employment. By 1902, his father's business had collapsed, and Albert barely survived by tutoring. Relief finally came when Grossman's father helped him secure a clerk position at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. Though modest, this job gave him financial stability and, more importantly, time to dream. He returned to the thought experiment of chasing a light beam, now enriched by Maxwell's equations, which stated that the speed of light is constant regardless of the observer. This clashed with Newton's laws, which had no such fixed limit. Solving this contradiction led to the special theory of relativity. In 1905, while working as a simple clerk, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers within just a few months. They revolutionized physics, transforming our understanding of light, atoms, motion, and energy. He proposed that light isn't only a wave but also made of tiny energy packets later called photons. This explained the photoelectric effect, showing that light's energy depends on frequency, not intensity, a discovery that won him the 1921 Nobel Prize. He also mathematically explained Brownian motion, proving that atoms and molecules exist. His third paper redefined time and space, showing they were relative to motion, not absolute. His fourth gave the world its most famous equation, E equals mc squared, revealing that mass and energy are interchangeable. Initially, his work was ignored, but with the support of Max Planck and experimental confirmation, his theories gained recognition. Meanwhile, his marriage to Mileva collapsed under strain, ending in divorce in 1919. He promised her his future Nobel Prize money as part of the settlement, and he kept that promise. Einstein then developed general relativity, extending his theory to include gravity by showing that massive objects bend spacetime itself. In 1919, this theory was spectacularly confirmed during a solar eclipse when starlight was observed bending around the sun. Overnight, Einstein became a global icon, hailed as Newton's successor. He opposed World War I, one of the few German intellectuals to do so, calling it a disease of humanity. Later, in 1939, he reluctantly signed a letter urging the US to explore nuclear weapons before Nazi Germany did. Though this letter sparked the Manhattan Project, Einstein himself was never involved and later expressed deep regret after the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He dedicated his remaining years to advocating peace and nuclear disarmament. Despite his fame, Einstein remained skeptical of quantum mechanics, famously saying, "God does not play dice with the universe." He spent his later years searching for a unified field theory to combine all forces of nature into one framework, though he never succeeded. He said he sought to know the thoughts of God, the one who created the laws of the universe. In his final years, Einstein lived in Princeton, walking, thinking, and discussing ideas with friends. On April 18, 1955, he passed away from an aortic aneurysm. His dream of a unified theory remained unfinished, but his legacy endures, not only in equations and experiments but in the very way humanity dares to imagine the universe.